Hi, and welcome to this Aurora Theme tutorial. In today's video, we'll talk about swatches. Swatches are a visual representation of variant options. They allow you to show your customers the colors, materials, and textures your products come in. Yes, you heard it right. In the Aurora theme, you can have swatches for any variant option, not just color. You'll find most of the swatches settings in the theme settings under swatches. Let's take a look. In the Aurora theme, there are two types of swatches, primary and secondary swatches. Let's talk about primary swatches first. Here you have the settings. As you can see, you can have only one primary swatch option. Primary swatches in Aurora work like the usual swatches that you can find in all themes. Primary swatches can be found in three places in your store. First place is the product page or the featured product block, which imitates the product page. You can find primary swatches in the product information block. Here it is. Second place is on product cards in all sections that feature product cards, like the featured collection block, for example. You can see primary swatches here. Third place where you can find primary swatches is filters on the search page and also on the collection page, like this one. Here we have our primary swatches. Let's now talk about secondary swatches. You can have up to two secondary swatch options, and they should be written here under option names in a column without any punctuation. You can find secondary swatches on the product page and in the featured product block. Here they are. And also in the filters on the search page and collection page. Here we have material. You won't find secondary swatches on product cards. We only have primary swatches on product cards. The option names that you enter for your primary and secondary swatch options should match the option names that you have set in your Shopify dashboard. Let me show you where you can find that. Here we have opened the settings of one product, and in the variant section at the bottom, we have our option names, size and color in this case. By the way, here you will also set your variant images. Variant images are the images that you assign to each variant of your product. As you can see down here, we have all of our variants. The first one is S in rose pink, and here we have the variant image. So you'll upload all of your variant images up here and then assign one to each variant of your product down here. Keep this in mind because we'll talk more about variant images later. In the swatches settings, you can choose the shape and size that you want for your swatches in all places where they are displayed. So you'll choose shape and size for product cards, product pages, and filters. The shapes available are round, square, portrait, which is useful if you want to display variant images, for example, like we are doing here, and landscape. And you can increase or decrease the size depending on your needs. For example, if you are displaying a texture or a material, you may want to have bigger swatches. The same settings are available for secondary swatch options as well, as you can see here. Last field in the swatches settings is custom colors and patterns. Here is where you'll set your non-standard colors for your products. So if some of your products come in colors that are non-standard, you'll have to enter them here in this form. You'll write the name of the color as you have it in the product settings in your Shopify dashboard, followed by two columns and the hex code of the color that you need. Where can you get the hex code? Let me show you. In the Aurora Theme Guide, in the swatches section, you'll find a link to a website where you can find hex codes for any color that you need. Let me show you the website. This is what the website looks like. If you click here, you'll see a color palette and you'll be able to select the color that you want and see the hex code here. Compound colors need to be separated by a slash, as you can see here, both the name of the color and the hex codes. And if you want to show an image in your swatches, for example, if you want to display a pattern or texture, you can just write the name of the image that you have previously uploaded to your Shopify database. So you'll write the name of the option, in this case polyester, double colon, name of the image, followed by its extension. Let me show you what the images look like in the Shopify database. This is the Shopify database. You can find it under Content, Files, and here you'll have all the files that you have uploaded. And as you can see, we have the name of the image and the file extension. This method will work with PNG and JPG files. If your file has a different extension, for example, WebP, you'll have to get the link from here, copy the link, and paste it here after the double colon. I'll now show you what these custom colors look like on a product. Here we have a product with custom colors. As you can see, we have rose pink, gray black, blue sky, and these are all the options that we have set in our custom colors and patterns field. You can find additional swatches settings in all the places where the swatches are displayed. Let's take a look at the product page and featured product section first. I am looking at the variant picker block, which is this one, and it's where my swatches are displayed. As you can see, you can choose the primary swatch option type and secondary swatch option type. These are the options. What we are looking at is variant images. You can also have a simple color swatches, buttons, and a drop-down. This is what the drop-down looks like when it's opened. Here it is. And you can have buttons and drop-downs solid, outlined, or underlined. Feel free to explore all the options yourself. The types of secondary swatch options that you can have are the same except for variant images, which are only available for your primary swatch option. Next, let's take a look at the product cards settings. So from the theme settings, let's go to product cards. And if we scroll down, we will find our swatches settings. As you can see, you can decide when to show your swatches. At the moment, it's set to on hover. Here they are. Or you can never display them or always display them. You can also decide what to show. At the moment, we are displaying variant images, and I remind you that on product cards, we can only show our primary swatch option. So it's either variant images or colors and patterns. In the filter settings, you can simply decide to show the swatches or not to show them altogether. If you decide not to show them, you will simply see the variant option name, and you can change its appearance here. You can have checkboxes, buttons, or just the text. Here's what it looks like. And that's it. That concludes our overview of swatches in the Aurora theme. Now go experiment with swatches in your Shopify store.